What's up, ladies and gents? I'm your host, Sinnerstrainer1, and welcome to another Assassin's Creed Origins video. This time we're going to be covering the Arena Mode Gladiator style. This is pretty much a wave after wave of enemies as well as a boss fight, so I'm going to show you a mixture of things. Now, this is where you can really get deep into the combat. Now, specifically, we were able to have this weapon with us for the entire match, and you're going to see how much the combat has really changed in this video. So, we have two different types of attacks. We have a heavy attack and a light attack. Holding down the heavy attack for a little bit of time will allow you to pretty much take out shields. And you want to do this because, one, you will not be able to hit an enemy with a light attack when their shields are out. So you need to do a heavy attack, a charged heavy attack, and follow that up by pretty much a random amount of hits. This is the strategy. The strategy is to get in there, take out the shields, and then go after and slowly take away the enemy's health. Now, the biggest thing you want to do in these waves are you want to take out the guys that have arrows first. So the guys that are shooting you from afar, they can actually knock down your damage very, very quickly. So you want to take them out first, and then you can go for the guys that are rushing you. Now, as you can see, it's all about using that dodge button. Using the dodge button is the only thing that's going to keep you from getting hit. Unfortunately, we did not have parry activated during this demo that we got to play, so there is no parry in this right now, but normally you would be able to parry enemies so you can actually do more damage to them. But there's also obstacles that you need to watch out for during this level as well. So what you see down there is called the RB and RT. What that is like a supercharged, pretty much execution type of kill. Now, if the enemy has a lot of health, you're not probably going to get an execution, but you will take a lot of damage out. So all you have to do is pretty much use it whenever it lights up, especially on the bigger types of enemies. This is one of my first times playing, so I still wasn't fully acquainted with how everything works. So it's a lot of locking on with the LT, because I played this on the Xbox One X, and then follow that up with using that charged heavy attack to get rid of the shields, and then going after them with as many attacks as you can get. You can only get 3 hits before they get stunned, and then they move away from you, and then you have to kind of reset and do everything over again. But as you can see, the first 3 waves can be taken out pretty easily. I think I may have only died once my entire play session of this. I'm really started to get used to the combat, and it's actually really fun, and you're always doing execution on the last enemies. So now we're actually going to go ahead and move on into the boss fight, where all of the strategies that you learn in the waves are pretty much going to attain to that as well. Alright, so now it's time for the boss fight. Now you can actually take him down pretty easily once you get to know kind of all of the obstacles that are around you that you can use to your advantage. You need to get out because he has a few attacks that are unblockable. So you got to get out, and you got to get out of the way as soon as you can and try to rush back in there. And he actually does some of his hits do a lot of damage to you. As you can see, he's a really, really tough boss fight. So it became a challenge of trying to beat him as quickly as possible. But again, you can only get in 3 hits, and then that move happens. And that is kind of a move that takes him away from you, and then you can no longer get in any hits at that point, and you have to wait. So again, the only thing I gotta say, this is the execution move, but once he has a lot of health, it will not do an execution, it will just do a heavy hit. But you can gain it back up pretty quickly, and you can use it multiple times there. As you can see, we've already got him down halfway. It's all about waiting until he's done all of his attacks and then trying to get in there, but some moves are very, very hard to get around. Very, very fun new mode for Assassin's Creed, and I really, really enjoyed it. Again, without the ability to really parry anything, it makes this a lot more challenging, but for some reason they didn't put the parry in. Now I wish the evade was on a different button than A, and that's only because I want to move the camera around when I'm evading, because sometimes you can run right into spikes because you're evading behind you, and you can't move the camera around, so you can't see exactly what's behind you over 3 feet. And as you can see, you can actually make him kill himself and run right in it. Of course, you guys know me, I'm a lenient guy, so I always like to, of course, show mercy. So thank you for watching the Arena gameplay. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, and I'll have more coming up very, very soon. This is Glorious 4K. I love you guys. Having such a blast playing Assassin's Creed Origins. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to share the videos. And, of course, I will see you next time. Peace out.